everyone, and a big warm welcome to the city of Victoria, British Columbia. Yes, you folks have landed on Vancouver Island. You are on an island. And you know, my friends, the city of Vancouver is 2 hours away. And the only way to get there, because there is no bridge, is you'd have to come in on a BC Ferries, or you'd have to fly into our international airport. And you know, folks, the island here is the 26th largest island in the Pacific Ocean on the west coast of the North American continent. Now, for those of you looking over to the right-hand side here, do you see that half-mile-long breakwater? That's what creates our deep sea port. Painted along the side of it is a mural done by our Lekwungen people. You see, our Lekwungen were the first ones who inhabited the coastlines of Vancouver Island, along with the Songhees, the Coast Salish, and many, many other First Nations people. Now, if I'm quiet, that just means I'm concentrating on driving, and you know, of course, that's always very important. So, cast your eyes over to the right-hand side. Do you see that beautiful Olympic mountain range out there? You know, our American neighbors, they're only 26 miles across the Strait of Juan de Fuca. And I'll tell you something about that range. It creates what's called a rain shadow. What I mean by that is, majority of the rain falls over there in Olympia, Washington. And we only get about 25 inches of rain a year. But that's what gives us this beautiful sub-Mediterranean climate. You see, the bulbs poke their heads out in early February, and our growing season goes until the end of October here. Yes, once in a while we get a little bit of snow in the winter months. And you know, we just hunker down. Our city closes up, schools close, and we just stay at home. Most of us don't own a snow shovel. We just wait for the rain to come. And you know, after a couple of days, well, it's melted all that snow. And we don't have to shovel it.
Very limited space.
So,
I like that.
some of the first people that lived here were the Lekwungen.
I like that.
They were the ones who would fish the waters here that were abundant in sea life. They hunted, they gathered seeds and vegetation from the earth around the coastline here. In fact, coming up on my right-hand side, this great big field. Well, it looks rather dry right now, doesn't it? But you know, my friends, this field, springtime, March and April, it blooms with a beautiful camas lily. It's a six-sided periwinkle star-shaped lily. And it's similar to a green onion.
Oh, this is what they want to
would
do.
harvest it, and they would serve it steamed or roasted with their wild fishing game. Now, some of the people, early explorers that came through the waters out here were Captain James Cook, Captain George Vancouver, and actually these early explorers ended up marrying First Nations women. You see, here in Canada, the first business that was begun in the 1600s was the Hudson's Bay fur trading business. These furs were bundled up and shipped abroad in exchange for merchandise that was brought back to the people that lived in the fort. Well, it was 1853 when James Douglas arrived here. He put the flag in the ground to establish Fort Victoria as a British colony. So I'll give you a little information, some quick facts. And I talk about, well, the general total population here, the Victoria area, is just under 400,000. Now for the whole island, 860,000 and growing. Yes, Victoria is known as the retirement capital of Canada. And you know, some years ago, Amazon did a study and they noticed that, well, people were heading out west to get married in Victoria. Some were buying a lot of romantic paraphernalia. I'm not really sure what that's all about. But, so we have a little expression here. We say that Victoria is known for the newlyweds and the nearly deads. Have a look to the left. Do you our Trans-Canada Highway. You see it goes 4,680 miles across Canada to the island of Newfoundland. And our country is bordered by 3 oceans. Out here in the west, we have the mighty Pacific Ocean. In the east, we have the frigid Atlantic Ocean. And in the north, we have the freezing Arctic Ocean. Now, our country is comprised of 10 provinces and 3 territories. Our territories are Nunavut, the Northwest Territories, and the Yukon. They comprise 40% of Canada's landmass and is the most sparsely populated area of the world. Now, if you look to the right, where you see those folks doing their Tai Chi here early in the morning, this is Beacon Hill Park, and James Douglas established it. Well, you'll notice, my friends, there's no fence, no fee to go into the park, and there's no business happening in there. But what is there to see? Well, it's home to the world's tallest totem pole, carved out of one single red cedar tree at a height of 127 feet 5 inches. And here's one of our feathered friends. There's free roaming peacocks. I guess he's taking a shortcut. He doesn't know how to use a crosswalk. But you know, the peacocks arrived here in 1891. There's some of his feathered friends over there on the left. You know, they raise their little chicks, generally just one chick. It's also home to Canada geese and ducks and lakes, ponds and fountains. There's even a children's petting zoo. There's a cricket pitch, and there's a putting green in the park. Now we're going to pass by Good Acre Lake. It's going to be here on our right-hand side, so just keep your eyes open. A lot of birds are out this morning, and the peacocks are roaming on the paths in there. This area is home to the great blue herons that nest up high in the trees. They arrive in April and leave in August. They're a bird that mates for life. You know what? They come back to the same area to nest every year. Keep your eyes to the right. There might be some turtles up in the log already this morning. They love to soak up the sun. We got a few seagulls and ducks. But have a look in the background. Do you see that beautiful rock bridge? That is the Emily Carr Rock Bridge. And Emily Carr is a famous Canadian painter. She was actually born right here in the James Bay neighborhood. It wasn't until she was in her mid-50s that she became famous. You see, she studied and visited the First Nations villages. She studied the faces of the people, and later in life she began to paint pictures of them and their villages. And she would often give these paintings to her friends and family who, well, they didn't value it, so they gave it away. Well, today, her paintings are worth millions of dollars.
Oh, wow.
Now, there's a beautiful statue I've heard down by the Empress Hotel. She had a couple of little pets. One that was really famous was a little monkey she had, and his name was Woo. And she taught him how to serve tea and how to do needlepoint. And you know, she would often get a kick out of dressing him up in baby clothes and parading him through the streets of Victoria. She gathered up her painting supplies. So here in Victoria, we've got over 60 parks. We're going to pass by another one. It's coming up on my left-hand side. It's tucked in amongst this little grove of deciduous trees. It's called Thunderbird Park. Thunderbird Park is home to 11 hand-carved totem poles. Our First Nations people carve their totem poles by hand. They don't use any modern tools or machines. And they generally carve them out of western red cedar. There's also First Nations longhouse. Now, the Empress Hotel is that big black building ahead of us on the left. And I'm going to go over there, drop you folks off. You can easily walk back to Thunderbird Park.
Old spaghetti factory.
Walk away. But listen up carefully, please. Where are the bathrooms? Well, there's bathrooms in the Empress Hotel. We got a Starbucks on every corner. There's washrooms in there, free Wi-Fi. Our BC Royal Museum is open with a gift shop and clean washrooms in there as well. So where I drop you folks off This is where one of our buses will be to pick you up. So just show your receipt, or if you have a stamp, just show your wrist. And if any of you are looking for a map, I'd be happy to hand it to you and answer any questions that you might have. So the Empress is on our right-hand side, and on the left here is our BC Royal Museum. A little bit further up where the Carillion Bells are, that's the main entrance into the Royal Museum. So right across from the Empress Hotel is the Inner Harbor. So you can head straight up Government Street. On your maps, the little red bus there marks the Empress Hotel. And you can walk up for several city blocks. You might choose to go to the left, which will take you down Wharf Street to come back in this direction. The building over there to the left with the 26 copper domes is our BC Legislature.
Then the guy's looking for it. Like, what the hell?
He's cool. He just stops our talking.
He talks to everybody.
Huh?
Holly talks to everybody.
Damn, these streets are so small. I don't know how he does it. God, I can't even see the buses going the right lane. It's like so small and narrow. Beautiful sea. Can't ask for no more than this right here. You see the world right here. Oh man.
Yes, sir.
No internet.
Ooh, that's close.
He waited right to the bus.
when I was going to the bus in San Francisco, when I was get out on the bus, you know, I went by myself to LA. I got on the bus. The guy said, "Don't worry about it. Just get on." I said, "How much is it?" He said, "Don't worry about it. Just get on." I said, "Damn, okay." He said, "Where you going to San Fernando?" He was like, "Okay, where?" So Metro. He said, "All right, you got to get off right here, and you got to walk a little bit because we don't go that way. But you right here, though, it's only 1 block." So he let me off on First Street. Remember First Street, San Fernando? Yeah.
See, now I can see the other side coming or something.
That's basketball. Nobody playing either. Oh yeah, because now we're about to pass the rocks that the lady did. It's right here. He was talking about. Oh, there it is, right there, the bridge. One of her paintings. Oh heck no. He's walking on it. All right, is sit at our deck. I mean, on our, what do you call it? Yeah, my deck.
Drive-in restaurant.
That little one right there? Looked like it had good hamburgers. This doesn't look like modern houses, like California houses. I don't know, they got a lot of land here. All this land, and they ain't did nothing with it. I'm like, houses came, because they got a lot of land here. It seems like. It's more than Aruba. What? The walking trail? I like that house right there. Facing it.
Look at this one with the books.
You mean the
Looks like
picture?
a Clydesdale.
Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a baby Clydesdale. We the only ones up here?
The bus is almost in.